bow to all the seekers of truth. First of all, it's important to know what is the truth is. You find so many people are seeking the truth, but they don't know what to find, and that's how they are twisted around, taken to some sort of a false rights. It's important first of all to know what is the truth that we are seeking. The truth is, if I tell you, is very simple. That you are not this body, you are not this mind, you are not this intellect, you are not these emotions, but you are the pure spirit. That's what you have to become, the pure spirit. And the another truth is that the power that leads you to the state where you know the truth about yourself, about everything, is within you. This power is within you. It's your own, born with you, with every human being. That's surprising if all the human beings in the whole world have this power within their triangular bone. How can we differentiate? They are all just the same. Everybody has a power placed in the triangular bone known as sacrum. That means the Greeks knew it was a sacred bone. This fact that there is power in the triangular bone was known thousands of years back, I should say, in India and in various countries. I was surprised even in Sweden I found. Norway I found people were talking about it. I don't know how they came to know. Especially Moscow, I found people who knew about it. How do you know? I asked them. They said, our forefathers told us like that. Especially with Indian Americans, they are very, very down-to-earth people, very natural people, I think. They also knew about it. And Africans also knew about it. But they didn't know how to raise it. That was the only problem they had. And though they knew about the centers, about which just now you have been told, they didn't know how to enlighten them through this power. Can you imagine? This knowledge became sort of a knowledge which people would not accept, because we live with science or rationality. This is something beyond that. But Einstein has said so. Einstein has said very clearly, there is a torsion area beyond the mind, and you have to go to that torsion area where you can get cognitive science. He called it science, but I would say cognitive personality. So how it is going to happen to go beyond the mind? If you try anything, it is through your mind only. Whatever you do is through your mind. So to go beyond your mind is not possible. Now this power lies in the triangular bone, which we can see also clearly sometimes in some people who have obstruction where it cannot slide. You see the pulsation in the triangular bone, which is just a bone. But when it rises, it is so smooth movement of this power. Now there are some people who have written that this is a very dangerous thing and this happens and that happens. Maybe because I can't explain. Maybe because they don't know anything about it. Perhaps, maybe they do not want human beings to have it. Now, this power is kept within us because now our last breakthrough of our evolution has to take place. We have to rise to that state which we call self-realized, or there's 1001 names for it. So many people had this power within them. They felt it also but they were not so much capable, I think, of raising the Kundalini. Sufi you have heard about, saints, many saints. William Blake, I would say, from England. Like there were so many people, Shakespeare, another one. They all were realized souls. The way they have expressed themselves shows very well how detached they were and how beautifully they understood the reality. So when this Kundalini rises, as you have been told, she passes through these 6 centers. And these 6 centers are responsible for our physical, mental, emotional and spiritual being. So when these centers go into jeopardy, because of exhaustion, maybe something, then it is needed, it is to be nourished, and this Kundalini nourishes them. Not only it nourishes, but it also integrates them. So you get your personality in a state where you are completely integrated. But then she pierces through your fontanelle bone area. This is the actualization of baptism, you can say. Actually she pierces through and gets you connected to the all-pervading power of divine love. It's all love, nothing else but love. Truth is love and love is truth. And when she becomes one with that, you are a transformed personality. Firstly, your centers are enlightened, so your health improves, mentally you get balanced, and also emotionally you understand. But the greatest thing that happens to you is that you become a new personality with collective consciousness. Jung has talked about it, collective consciousness, that you can feel another person. You can feel your own centers on your fingertips. First you feel the cool breeze in your hand. That is the cool breeze described in the Bible as the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. And also in Sanskrit language they call it Salilam, Salilam. In Quran it is described as Ruh. Everywhere it is described with different names meaning the same. So start feeling this cool breeze in your hands, especially on your fingertips. And these fingertips denote your different chakras are shown there. So, if there is something wrong with your centers, then it is indicated on your fingertips. But if it is something wrong with others also, it is indicated because you become, again I say it's a question of becoming, you become collectively conscious. But with that you are not disturbed. You are absolutely at peace with yourself and absolutely satisfied. How it happens? That our mind is always thinking about the future, about the past. And our mind is dancing over the cusp of these thoughts which are like this. But when this Kundalini rises, she elongates them. And there's a space in between created. And that space is what we can say is the present. We can be in the future, we can be in the past, but we cannot be in the present. And when you are in the present, you are absolutely thoughtless. You just become a witness. A witness state comes into you and you start watching everything, not reacting, and absorbing everything very easily. It's a very wonderful thing that happens to you. So this mechanism is placed within you to give you that special personality, to give you that new awareness of collective consciousness and the last breakthrough of your evolution. Till human awareness you are alright. Till then, I must say, we still are there somehow. But we are afraid of the future of human beings because such a turmoil, so many problems, so many kind of ideas people have, which is surprising that in these modern times, what people are thinking are something absolutely primitive, I should say, criminal, violence and things, all this has to disappear. And I was happy to hear that you all want to transformation, the resurrection. You want transformation, and transformation on a collective uh, scale. This is quite possible, absolutely possible. Once you are transformed, you become a person of tremendous love and patience. You love everything. You understand everything through love. It's not love of some sort of expectations, it's the love of giving. You just enjoy giving. Giving everything is so enjoyable that time, that state, and you become so peaceful. Then, as you know, the economics is such that people will work very hard to have, say, a carpet like this. Then it is all done, then they will have some motor car, then they want to have a house. I mean, it goes on from one to another. You are never satisfied. The thing for which you have worked so hard is finished. Then again starts a new urge to have something new. Goes on like that. The whole economics work like that. But here, once I see this carpet, for example, here, I just go into thoughtless awareness. And what do I see? I see the joy. I feel the joy of the person, of the artist who made this, and enjoy this. Otherwise, thinking, I would think how much it must have cost, where can I buy this? Or if it is mine, I would be worried, oh God, it's how I'm not insured, it's all sorts of ideas, which has no meaning. But I cannot enjoy it unless and until I become thoughtlessly aware. Also in our Mataji Yoga is written down as Nirvichar, they call Nirvichar Samadhi. But he has made 4 stages of the whole thing. Is that first is, he says, Savichar. Savichar means with thoughts, and then without thoughts. But in Sahaja Yoga it is not so. It is so quick that you become thoughtlessly aware first, and then you become doubtlessly aware. That is, you have no doubts about yourself. You know there's a power flowing, and you know by experiment that this power can cure people, can help others. And the attention which is very I, like I found people say, I like this, I want this, that disappears. Attention goes to others. You want to see what others would like, others would feel. And the whole personality gets completely enshrined with the feeling of oneness with others. It's something that has to happen to all of you. I'm happy I've lived in England at least for 20 or 22 years. I could meet you people. But now, thank God, you people have thought of it. Now we live with science and rationality. This is something beyond that, as I told you. It's beyond science and rationality, which is accepted as cognitive science, people say. And also, as I have told you, Einstein has talked about a torsion area. But how to achieve it, I don't think he has written anything about it. So this is your own power within yourself, for which I don't have to do anything. He might have said it all right, accept it. But once it rises in you, it's like one candle can enlighten many candles. And that's how you can spread Sahaja Yoga very far. We have, they say so, we are now in 72 countries, possibly. Because one person gets it, he goes to his country, starts working. And in India, of course, Indians know this very well. They know that they have to achieve only this. Like some people told me that we are like Indian culture, so we have taken to Indian style of life, and we are very satisfied. I said, is that the end? We have so many Indians who are following that culture. Are they satisfied people? Is that the end? What have you to do according to Indian scriptures also? That you have to know yourself. You don't know yourself. You don't know what's wrong with you. Unless and until you can feel your centers on your fingertips, you will not know what's wrong with you. till you end up with something horrible. But as soon as you get your realization, immediately you can feel it on your fingertips, your problems. Now supposing you know how to cure it, you can cure anybody's and you don't have to pay for it. You see, as I again and again have said, that it is your own, it's your power. You can't pay for it. I don't know how people believe that for spirituality you can pay. It cannot be sold. In America, it was very difficult. They all came to me and told me, you have to sell it. I said, how? They said, do something, otherwise nobody will come to you. I said, but I cannot do something that is not done. So they said, all right, you do one thing. Take money from them and tell them that when you come for follow-up, you will get back your money. So much we are bound by money that if you have paid the money, you think you are bound, you have to do it. And absurd things like that, human beings think. But why don't they think that we have to change this world? We have to have emancipation of human being. Why not? Instead of doing all kinds of other things, the best thing is to change yourself, transform yourself, and enjoy. And the enjoyment is complete. Because enjoyment is singular. It is not happiness, unhappiness. It's just enjoyment. You enjoy everything. Even the smallest thing can give you enjoyment. And then you don't start feeling depressed or doing that kind of tantrums that you do to trouble others. But you are so much enjoying, and everybody enjoys you also because you are so enjoyable. That's the thing that should happen to human beings, and when it happens, it's something really very, very great, and that should happen to all of you. And I will be very happy. I was told you are all very great dignitaries here, and you can do a lot. And this is how you have a chance of, first of all, getting your self-realization, knowing yourself, and then helping people with a genuine love and affection. I don't know how much I should talk because we have had so many lectures after lectures, and there's no end to it. But lecturing doesn't help. It is something else to work out within yourself. That is the most important thing. Now, I would like also to have some questions from you. If you have gone thoughtless, I can't help it.
Have you overcome all the fear of life then?
Devi.
What is
Have you overcome all the fear of life? You're not afraid of death also?
I don't know that part, but definitely I knew that I have to find out a way and a method by which I could give en masse realization. Because people used to give realization, no doubt, but one person used to give to one person. One of the reasons may be because anybody who was saintly, people used to torture them, trouble them. They wouldn't like a person like that because that person was something out of the blue, you can call it. So, that was an attitude towards a person who was a realized soul. Everybody suffered, whether they were Sufis or they were, otherwise even William Blake, I mean everyone, whosoever said something different, people didn't like. So, maybe that's the reason they used to give to one person. That was the tradition. Realization was such that out of thousands, they used to select one person, work on him, cleanse him, do this, do that, and then give realization to one person. But I felt that the time has come that we must give en masse realization. Unless and until people get en masse realization, we cannot change this world. And I worked, I should say, for days together. Luckily, my father was a very social personality, even my husband was. So I had a good chance to meet people. In my own subtle ways, I used to find out what is the permutation and combination of problems inside the human beings. and then how to work it out. That's the only thing I did more, I think. Otherwise, so many people used to give self-realization at different times. But what I found out, a method by which thousands of people can get realization.
How did you come across it? How did you come upon this method?
Just, you see, I discovered it. You see, it's a thing, I worked it out. I've all gone thoughtless or what? Yes, well.
When you depart from this body, as the lady was asking, where does the spirit go? Where do the energies go?
Spirit. It's a very long answer, but I would say spirit goes according to its desire. Alright. Now supposing there's a drunkard who dies. Now he wants to drink still, even if he's dead. So, so he will hang in somewhere in the limbo, I think. We'll get hold of somebody who drinks a lot. You see, this side of psychology people don't understand in the West, because there's nothing in the medicine about this. The other day I read a very nice article about it, was published in America, that Japanese believe that you get possessed by a spirit. Even in the Bible it is so, that you get possessed by the spirit. But they had said that 50 to 60% people get possessed. Schizophrenia, all kinds of psychological problems come from that. Now, in India also we believe in it. And if you can remove the possession of a person, the person completely changes. But this is still in the realm of science, you cannot get it. I mean, I would say that psychology is still a child science. And in that realm, they don't understand what is this possession. It's a fact that so far they have not gone into it. But we know in Sahaja Yoga very clearly, because we get catches on the left-hand side, say here, on this thumb. That means a person is possessed. Yes, it's like that. It's so simple. And then you can cure that person. So many persons have been cured. So many. Who are given up as lunatics or schizophrenic or all kinds have been cured, no doubt. But it is to be seen and to be worked out. Then you can believe it. Because people don't believe that there is such a thing. But there is. There is some sort of a negative force which overpowers human beings. It is true. I must tell you the truth. We have had so many cases even in England where people were possessed. So many cases. On the contrary, I would say that cancer and all psychosomatic troubles come to people when they shift to the left side, means to the past. Maybe some viruses which are dead long time back are in our being. That everything is past is in our being. So they can attack. And I told them long time back, somehow, through this cognitive knowledge, that they will be called by 53 protein and 63 protein. I told them. And now they know it is so. So cancer is curable in Sahaja Yoga. We have cured cancers of many people. Absolutely curable. We have a hospital in India already established near Bombay. There's a nice hospital where people are cured. And we don't charge them for any treatment, only for the stay. It's a fact. You see, because people never talk about it, never told you, so you think that it's some sort of a mythological thing. It is not. It is there. It exists. So many diseases are not cured because we don't know about them. You see, I was myself a medical student, so I know that they know very limited things. Beyond that, they don't know. But in Japan, I was surprised that they believe in it and they treat people. Even in India, I mean, they know.
I'm wondering if you could provide a definition of enlightenment.
Enlightened means a personality. Enlightened personality, I can tell you, is a person who is beyond his mind. And he is in contact completely with this all-pervading power of divine love. As a result, everything in that person is guided, helped by that divine love. That power is so great that it looks after you, it organizes everything, it thinks, it understands, it is wisdom. Of all the things, you become a person who is so collectively conscious. Today we need people like that. Otherwise you always think about yourself or others. You can only think when you are collectively conscious. But these days there are so many people marketing their spirituality, you see. That's also there. And just people jump to it. I don't know why. Why don't they find out what is the gain? What did you gain out of it? Nobody wants to know.
How did you find America?
They are antipodes. I don't know what to say. They're very money oriented, extremely money oriented. And they can't understand me because I'm not asking for money. See, they can't understand. It's very difficult. And how to penetrate that wheel of theirs. Though, yeah, this time it has been much better, I should say. I've been there. I went first, long time back, 1973 I went there. And I saw the people, how mad they were. After one boy was 16-year-old guru, you see, and with just giving money to him. So I asked him, why are you giving money? What is the need to give money like this to this guru? He said, because he is giving a spirit. So where is he giving you spirit? And then this fellow, he was wiser than others, I should say, because he settled down as a young, he married some American lady and used his money. But all the rest of them, so many of them went there to befool them. It's endless, still going on. But unless until you accept the truth, you cannot change. Acceptance in the sense you have to ask for it. You should have pure desire. This Kundalini is the power of pure desire within you. So when she rises, she gives you your pure desire, not like this changing from one to another. And if you have pure desire, only then it will work out. If you don't have, it won't work out. I cannot force it. It cannot be forced, you see.
How aware are children, young children?
Oh, some of them are great. These days, so many realized souls are being born these days. We don't understand them. But there are so many, even in England there are born so many of them. Born realized children. There are special ones. I mean, when this happens, so many good things happen to the society, like drug addiction. Overnight, people in this England gave up drugs. Overnight. I have got one land far away from madding crowd, I should say, in upstate New York. And I wanted to start a curative center for drug addicts, because that is one of the big problems here. But they said the public won't allow. I said, why? They said they go amok. I said, but this place is so far-fetched. You cannot even walk all the way. And if, they allow me, I could help a lot. But somehow, even in Italy, it's difficult. And the biggest problem today, even in America, is drug addiction. Another you can call AIDS. You tried AIDS also, but AIDS people are something wrong with them. They are extremely arrogant. Quarrelsome, arrogant. They think they are martyrs or something like that. You try. We have helped one or two, no doubt. But it's very difficult. But these drug addicts can be helped very easily. But there is no proper way. If you all can arrange something, I would like to. In this London city only, I should say at least 10 or 11 people like that. First time I talked, they got cured. They are all not doing very well educated. All these problems can be solved. But the government should help in a way. Because, they so much time even to take permission for something. Sometimes like 10 years, 20 years to go on applying. I'm already very old and I don't know what will happen if I go for 20 years for a permission. Very difficult. But you people can organize something like that and I can work it out. You can see the results. To see the results, you can save these children. Alcoholism. Alcoholism also can be corrected. Yes, please.
Shri Mataji, will you say a few words about the golden age, the forthcoming golden age?
You see, Aquarius, as they say. Aquarius, according to our astrology, is the Kundalini. Kundalini is Aquarius, according to Indian, Indian science of Jyotish ko kya kehte ho?
Astrology.
Huh?
Astrology.
Yeah. And you see, what they say that this age of Aquarius is very important because this will change the lives of people. And that is what they have already described about this, that now there was Kali Yuga, means the worst possible times. The Ghour Kali Yuga means absolutely the worst and worst possible time for our destruction. That was over. Then comes Kruta Yuga. Overlapping. Now in Kruta Yuga, this all-pervading power, they call it Param Chaitanya, becomes active. It starts helping people to come out. That also has been going on simultaneously. After this is Satya Yuga. It's the age of truth. But it's a last judgment. If you take to truth, all right, well and good. But if you don't take to truth, you are judged. It's like this. Now how many people take to truth? Very surprising. like a place like Russia now. We are in Russia. Country like Russia. I went there and first I went to St. Petersburg. That's Leningrad that time. And when I went to the hall, I saw about 2,000 people sitting outside. Because there you have to pay for a hall, for the hall. So 2,000 seats were all occupied inside. So these people outside, people said, "Ma, are you not going to give us realization?" I said, "How do they know all this?" Somebody must have told them. When I went in, I said, "All right, wait, I'll come back and I'll give you realization." So I went inside. Inside there were 2,000 people nicely sitting down, listening to me, and then they got their realization. All of them. I was amazed. What's the matter? How is it they are working so fast? And then I came out and I saw there were again these 2,000 still sitting there. 45 minutes they were still. I said, "All right, you all come tomorrow morning, we'll sit outside." Now in Moscow they have huge big places, huge big compounds and buildings. I said, "I'll sit on the steps and I'll try to give you realization." You won't believe, 2,000 from inside, 2,000 from outside, and 1,000 extra, 5,000 people gathered there next morning. And they all got their realization. In Moscow, you won't believe how many people, if somebody asks me, I cannot say, have got realization. Now the reason I reasoned it out, what must be the reason? I asked them, "How is it I didn't advertise much?" No, they said, "We saw your photograph. We knew. We can." So sensitive, I said. And thousands have got realization. These people are so deep, so humble. I couldn't understand why are they so much spiritually endowed. How did they get all this? And what I found is that communism has given them no freedom of any kind. And as a result, I think they got completely oppressed. And the whole thing, growth was inside. And also if you have read those great novelists, even Tolstoy or anyone, they always show introspection even by the hero or by the villain, anybody, they all introspect. And this is the one I thought is the very deep personalities they develop. And immediately they got a far-fetched place called Talyaki, where they make motor cars. Thousands and thousands. We couldn't get to any hall because formally, normally what was the thing we would take? We would have to take a stadium, 18 to 20,000 in Moscow or Leningrad or big city. But Talyaki, we didn't know what to do. So we just had it in the open. Thousands and thousands, but not in England. No. Much worse is America. I don't know why. Even Indians in England are no good. I just don't know what happens to them. They are neither English nor Indian, I think something is. But we have very few Indians, even. I must tell you this very frankly. But in India we have so many, thousands and thousands who have got realization. Though Indians know they have to have self-realization, even here. But somehow it's an effect, I don't know what. Even if you read Shakespeare, you feel like understanding that he was a great realized soul. And what he showed was the futility of human endeavor in every line. It's clearly shown. That's what he was. I can't understand Shri because I've read so much Indian novels in India, English novels and English writers. I find all of them are so enlightened. Can't understand what's happening in England now. Why? Now 20 years I've been in England. First time I'm meeting people like that. Why? I would ask you. Really, I can't understand. Even Austria, you have thousands. Italy, where Roman Catholics, are so many. Italians. Wonderful. Thousands. But I didn't live so long there as I have lived in England. Moreover, you see, language-wise, I know this language. So I never studied English, but I know English language, how to speak. But there, in their language, as it's Italian, or I don't know how. I'm very happy today that you all have come, and I hope now from you it will start going into others. So it's very important. We have to change this world. And I would say, they also said some newspaper people have come, Baba. I said, I'm sorry, I don't know what they will think of me, because they've never been very supportive. But I think they don't realize their responsibility, really. Sometimes I see newspapers, I think they don't realize how much they are harming people by wrong directions, by sensational things. What they have to do is to see what will be the effect of these things that we are writing. Is it going to help them to rise above all these things like jealousies and violence and all these things that are really completely eroding our humanity? So I think on those lines, I don't find them. And I may say, I met some of them, but they were just after me, how is it you are in England? I said, because my husband has a job there, that's how I've come. Then all kinds of funny questions they were asking. No, I was surprised. They are not interested in spirituality, I thought. So then, whenever they said, Mother, somebody is coming from there, I said, no, please. All kinds of things they would say. Your country is so poor, what are you doing here? Then I had to tell them why we are poor. I said, 300 years, if you have a guest in your house without a visa. Then another question, why you have got so many, such a big population, so many children born? I said, in that also I would say that what I have read about England is this, that so many children are killed every week by the parents. I said, so the children must be deciding to be born in a poor country than in a country where they can be killed. I mean, simple thing like that. Because children want love, they don't understand anything else. So like that, they ask me funny questions. I said, I'm here for spirituality, talking to you about spirituality. And why should you worry about what I am and what is this and what is that? They say, we have to change our attitude. Very important. Of course, I know some people who have a very broad-minded attitude towards people. Very much. I've known some in India also. But there are so few. If this thing has to be done, it has to be a mass thing. Now we have Sahajogis, many Sahajogis I should say. But still I'm not satisfied. I think we need many more. हिंदुस्तानियों को तो बहुत बुरा हाल है यहाँ, बहुत ही बुरा हाल है। ये खोपड़ी एकदम उल्टी हो गई आने से, पता नहीं कैसे। I don't know why. Such a big tradition you have in our country. Instead of bringing that here to this country, I don't know what's up. And they are also very, very spiritual people. Where? You read their books, you say, I would be amazed. Very spiritual. Suddenly the whole thing has turned round when I think so. That spirituality has lost its power. And maybe you imported some of the horrible gurus from there. Also that might be another reason, I think so. But now I think they are very much reduced in number. There are few still going around making money, doesn't matter. But now you people are very sensible, very highly placed, you should do something about it. My request is, I am available whenever you stay, whatever you say. It's a new mission where you have to do something. You are the ones who are going to completely revolutionize the whole world. You can. Absolutely everybody is capable of doing that.
Another question. What's your opinion of Avatar?
Alright. What's the use of my opinion about it? There are avatars, no doubt. Alright? But you don't believe me when I say that. Unless and until you experience, you shouldn't believe even me. Alright? This is something, because you asked me, I'm saying so. But I won't say you believe in some avatars. First of all, you experience them. Everything that is now, you will know gradually into different things, and on every center there is somebody sitting there. Who are they and what work they do? All this is to be consumed and to be seen and to be experimented. Now I say, supposing this center is catching somebody. It is the center very important because it is in the optic chiasma like this is constricted. Now, how to open this? Very difficult. So I say you forgive everyone. You forgive everyone, it opens. Why? Because Christ is on that center. And his message is to forgive. You should know who is on which center and what works out. That's only to be known. Once you get your self-realization, only you have to know this much, who is the one responsible for which chakras. That's all. And you have to do according to, like it's a mantra now. You say that I forgive everyone. Now some people will say it's very difficult to forgive. But logically, if you forgive or don't forgive, what do? You don't do anything. But if you don't forgive, then you torture yourself. That's why you forgive everyone. And this opens, most constricted, this opens like this.
So which god is for the Kundalini then? If Christ is over here, which god is in the Kundalini, in the triangle?
What is the god or the deity in the triangular bone, the Kundalini?
Kundalini itself. The Kundalini is your own mother, your individual mother. And she has tape recorded all your past and your aspirations, everything. And she rises because she wants to give you your second birth. But she is your individual mother. Don't share her with anybody else. Yours is a different, somebody else's is different, because the tape recording is different. And she knows everything about it. So when she rises, she goes very slowly, without harming you, without troubling you, and clears herself. We say she is the reflection of the Adi Shakti, which we call as Holy Ghost in the Bible. But she rises without any difficulty, hardly any time it takes. They like to have their settlements.
Shri Mataji asked if you would like to experience this and have your self-realization. Very quick, very easy.
Hardly any time. Now you forget the past. Another thing you have to do is to forgive yourself and not to feel guilty about anything. Very important. Because if you feel guilty, then this center catches here on the left. When it catches here on the left, you can get spondylitis. You can also get angina. So why to feel guilty? Whatever has happened has happened. Forget it. Not to feel guilty, very important. I know here people feel more guilty, not in India. They never feel guilty. But in the West they do. But there is no need to condemn yourself. You have to have great honor and love for yourself, because you are special people and that you are going to help the whole world. So respect yourself. And I respect you and love you. You please respect and love yourself. Thank you very much. Now, what we have to do is to put both the hands towards me like this, just like this, because I told you these are the endings of the sympathetic nervous system. It's like this, little open like this. You don't have to doubt yourself by any chance. Please don't doubt. Now, you put your left hand like this towards me and right hand on top of your head here. On top means away, not touching the head. You can bend your head and see for yourself. Now see if there's a cool or a hot breeze coming out of your fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your childhood. Just see for yourself. If there's a hot or a cold breeze-like vibrations coming out of your fontanelle bone area, which was the soft bone in your childhood. Now you can move your hand and see for yourself. You can move it sometimes, you can feel it higher, sometimes lower, or on the side. See for yourself. If it is hot, that means, of course, you got your realization, but if it is hot, that means you have not forgiven yourself or you have not forgiven others. So please forgive others. Also forgive yourself fully. Please forgive. Now, please put your right hand towards me, bend your head. And see for yourself if you have cool or hot breeze like. Vibrations coming out of your fontanelle bone area, which was the soft bone in your childhood. Please try, please bend your head and see for yourself. Now, please take down your hands, both the hands, and put them towards me like this. And don't think. Just don't think. Because I already told you you have a right. It's your birthright to have this yoga, union with the divine. It's your birthright. Now, you have to put both your hands towards the skyline and push back your head and ask me, I'll tell you about three things, three questions you can say. And you have to say one question 3 times, only one of them. For example, you can ask, you can call me Mother. Mother, or Shri Mataji, whatever you like. Mother, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Ask in your heart this question. Mother, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Ask 3 times. Or you can ask Mother, is this the all-pervading power of divine love? Or you can ask third question, Mother, is this the Parama Chaitanya or root? Ask any one of these questions, any one of them 3 times. Now, alright, please put down your hands again and put them towards me. Please don't doubt, that's something very important. If you start feeling the cool or a hot breeze on your fingertips or on your palm, same, or out of your fontanelle bone area, out of your head, any one of them, then raise your both the hands. Raise your both the hands, those who have felt it that way. Those who have felt the cool breeze in their hand. Thank you very much. Most of you have got it. Apuni. Got it? No, not yet. Alright? Who didn't get now? You didn't get, madam?
I did, yes.
You got it. Alright, these are the two. Just have a look. They can help. Let us see what is the problem.
We can feel the energies and just try to help them. Right. Just sit quiet. If you like. Best just open your head and close your eyes and just try to
You got it?
help the energy flow.
You felt the cool breeze? Now you felt it.
Bringing the hand
Isn't it?
along.
Now keep it like that.
You feel?
Let it flow as much as possible. It's very good. You all can do this.
Yeah,
Very
I
simple.
can feel it's hot. I can't feel anything cool.
You feel
Yeah.
hot, okay.
She has now.
It's warm, Mother.
Warm.
It's warm.
Alright, put her left to the right.
Okay, no.
Raise her left. What's she getting on?
Is left, left should be sort of.
Left. Are you Bengali?
I'm from the Caribbean.
It's supposed to feel cool, right?
Now you just
There was warm.
don't think. That's what you should practice a little bit. Put your hands towards me, all of you. Don't think.
It's supposed to feel cool, right? But it feels warm.
No?
And, you know, I find it difficult with the air conditioning as well to know whether it's that or whether it's...
Just finds it difficult because of the air conditioning. It's better down.
You feel the cool. Are you feeling it or not?
It's just feeling a bit warm.
Warm. Right?
Warm.
So that's it. Put her left to the right. Raise her left and get down to the right.
Put your hands out.
You feel it on your fingers. Alright?
Yeah.
Now better?
Hmm.
All right?
Yes.
Just keep going like that. All right? Are you feeling cool or hot? Hot. Yeah, like tingling. Cool now. Now she's got it. So thank you very much. Thank you all of you. You have to practice now. Can you not tell them to come to some follow-up or some program like that?
Yes, sure.
Tell them.
Yes. Most of you may know that Shri Mataji is in London to give a program at the Royal Albert Hall. So if you didn't know that, you're most heartily welcome to come on Saturday. So it's the day after tomorrow in the Royal Albert Hall at 7:30. Program starts, and Shri Mataji will talk again about Sahaja Yoga, about transformation. So do come there. If you're not free then and you'd like to find out more about Sahaja Yoga, then we've got courses all over London, and we have some leaflets with telephone numbers and so on in the back. Please come. You don't pay anything in Sahaja Yoga. Shri Mataji says again and again, this is your birthright. You can't pay for it. It's part of your evolution. So you don't pay. We'll show you how to do it, and then you can show others how to do it. And the more you cooperate with this energy, with the Kundalini energy, the better you feel. I can tell you, I used to feel terrible all the time. Now I feel marvellous all the time.
Register with that.
Will you wear them now? Will you wear your shoes?
Okay now? Got it?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you can send your photographs, it would be nice. I'll put them in the album and I can see them. And with your names. Thank you. That's my husband.